Hello everyone, it's Abel at the Teaching Drum Outdoor School, and in this video I'm going to talk about sleeping bags, a very important item on the equipment list. We have a lot of experience with sleeping bags, so I want to share some tips with you that will help you get the right bag for coming here and being in our immersion programs. Many times people will come to me and they want to bring, or they think they need to have, a really expensive expedition quality sleeping bag, typically one that's rated for very low temperatures because we have cold winters here, and made of a down material and being able to pack it in a small bag and being very lightweight. All of those are great qualities if you're climbing Mount Everest, but in our experience here, what you're doing is you're out here living in our, in the woods here, and you're going to be sleeping in this sleeping bag. If you're doing the year long, you're going to sleep in it every day throughout the whole experience. So what we want is comfort, durability, and flexibility. We don't need a sleeping bag that's super lightweight, and we don't need something that packs down into a small space. So we're not going to be packing these up on our back and hiking up a mountain or going on a long expedition where we have all our gear on our back. So that helps us to decide what kind of bag we want. Another thing to consider, very important, is that when you are in the situation that we will be in and you're living in the bag, we want to stay away from down feathered filled bags. There's nothing wrong with down. Down is an excellent fill for sleeping bags to stay warm in. They have a lot of great qualities, but they have one quality that they're not good at, and that is if you get a sleeping bag, a down filled sleeping bag wet, the feathers will clump together and they'll lose all their insulative value. And it's very difficult to dry a down-filled sleeping bag out in the field. The feathers clump together and they hold the moisture in, and all you have in our place is a fire, and it's just not practical to try to dry a down-filled sleeping bag. Synthetic filled sleeping bags, if you get it wet, then you can wring it out and the synthetic material will open up its loft again, and then you can use a fire and with heat, and you can drive the moisture out and dry the bag out. Very cold night, for example, and if you had a sleeping bag wet, if you had a down sleeping bag, you'd have potentially a dangerous situation where you would not be able to get warm again. But with a synthetic filled bag, you would be able to work with that and be able to make it through a cold night. Another thing to think about with the synthetic filled material is that it holds its loft better than down over time. So the durability factor of the synthetic fill is also an advantage. For those two reasons, we only allow synthetic filled sleeping bags to be used in our immersion program. Durability. The main factors with durability is what is the material that the sleeping bag is made from. And in this bag, for example, we have a lightweight nylon material. It's a ripstop nylon, and it's very strong and durable. The second thing with sleeping bags for durability that's important to look at is the zippers. And you want a quality zipper like this. Most sleeping bags, that's the one area they chimp out on. They'll put a cheap plastic zipper, and plastic will not hold up for a long period of time of opening and closing, and so this zipper will lose its ability to hold closed, and that takes away many of the qualities that you want in a sleeping bag. So it's a real bummer when the zipper breaks. So a zipper quality is really important, something to look for when you're looking for a quality bag like this. All right, so this bag here is the bags that we recommend for our programs. It's American made, and we actually buy these straight from the company, and we could sell them to you for a slight discount. So I highly recommend, if you don't already have sleeping bags, to purchase them from us for the program. Particularly about this bag that is really valuable is this is a double bag setup. So there's an outer bag here, and then there's an inner bag inside the outer bag. And the nice thing about these is they zip together to be as one. So right now the two bags are together. You have a 0 degree Fahrenheit degree rated bag here, and then a 20 degree bag rated on the outside. And you could take these bags apart and you can use the outside bag during the summer months, warm months, and then when it cools off you can switch to the inner bag, which is quite warm on its own. And then when the temperatures drop below 0, you put the two bags back together and you use the double bag, and this is rated for I think it's minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit, which is plenty warm for all the temperatures that you would deal with if you're staying in the white season here. The other thing to think about is you want to have plenty of room in your bag. If you're going to buy your own, look for wide body sleeping bags. This is a wide body. This is about 3 hands width wider than standard, and this gives you extra room in the bag. This is important when you are using a bag that you sleep in every day. During the coldest times of the year, you put in your base layer and you sleep with your base layer in the sleeping bag. It keeps your base layer warm, so when you get up in the morning you can put on warm clothing instead of cold clothing. Really important to help with comfort. That covers all you need to know about sleeping bags. If you already have 2 sleeping bags where you could slip one inside the other and they're synthetic filled, then that's great. Go ahead and use those. But if you don't and you need a bag, I highly recommend you consider this. All right, so that's it for sleeping bags. Thanks for watching.